Hi there, Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent licensed in all 50 states. Glad you joined me today for a topic that is needed to be addressed. Is does the 4% rule still work for retirement income planning? We're going to talk about the 4% rule. We're going to talk about very, very smart people that has factually and academically destroyed it. And I can do that because I used to be on that side of the table. I know you're saying, Stan, what are you talking about? You wear the Stan the Annuity Man logos, the hats, and the whole thing. I started with Dean Witter, then I went to Payne, then it turned into Morgan Stanley. Then I went to Payne Weber, and that turned into Union Bank of Switzerland, known as UBS. Love all those firms, but I'm now in the contractually guaranteed only space, will do, not might do. But I was in the world of the 4% rule. I understood it. I was taught it. I talked about it. But at the end of the day, I've got a different opinion from when I work for those ivory tower firms all over this country, New York City and all over, in my previous life before I became the mythical figure of Stan. Not mythical, it's actually real. Stan the Annuity Man. So we're going to get into that 4% rule because you need to hear what I'm getting ready to say after this. Okay, so let's talk about what is the 4% rule, Stan. Sounds good, sounds interesting. Tell me more, tell me more. As I said, was that Greece? Tell me more, tell me more. Okay, let's talk about the 4% rule. In the world of stocks and ETFs and bonds and markets and all that stuff, what advisors are taught is don't buy an annuity, don't buy a contractual guarantee, don't buy something like that. Let me, the advisor, manage it. Let me manage it because I'm master of the universe, and we'll just peel off 4% of the gains for the income that you need, sir. And that, they'll run Monte Carlo simulations. No, that's not the race car. That's showing you, we ran 1,000 Monte Carlo simulations showing markets and blah, 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 and this is how it's going to work. Life doesn't work that way. I mean, that's like showing me an exercise plan. I got to implement the exercise plan. That's not going to happen either. The point is, when you're coming toward retirement, chapter 2, you're 3 laps out of 4 being retirement, you're at 3.5. You're rounding the corner, you can see the finish line. The 4% rule works like a charm in a bull market. But when it doesn't work is when it's choppy and there's things happening in the world that can make markets go up and down. And you don't have time getting toward retirement in chapter 2 of your life to recover from a market loss, period. Okay? Had a conversation today before the filming with a person who was talking about annuities. He said, should I own annuities? I said, how old are you? And he said he's in his 40s. No, you shouldn't. You should own stocks and all those things and all the growth things because you have time for it to recover. The 4% rule, in my opinion, and I'm getting ready to tell you who else's opinion, which matters, is dead because of the volatility of the markets. If you have 1 or 2 years where you've lost a lot of money in the markets, the 4% rule is killing you because you've got to take money out as you're losing money. Don't trust me on this. The smart people in the room with the ascots and got the jackets with the elbow protectors, and they're in the ivory tower and really nice offices with a receptionist that brings them coffee every morning. Those people, like Wade Pfau, okay, who's been on my Fun with Annuities podcast, PFAU, if you want to pull it up, he has factually destroyed the 4% sales pitch, the 4% rule. He's like, doesn't work. If you want to deep dive into and listen to the podcast and how he explains it, I would tell you to do that. Or buy his books. Wade Pfau, go to Amazon, buy his books. The 4% rule is dead, in my opinion, and Wade's opinion, and others' opinion. You said, but wait, but why am I still hearing this? Why am I still hearing, yes, the 4% rule works, still stick with the 4% rule? Think logically. The person managing your money is making a fee for managing the money, right? Makes sense. Nothing wrong with that if it's up, disclosed, etc. When annuities for lifetime income are put in place that replace the 4% rule, you cannot charge a fee on immediate annuity. You cannot charge a fee on a deferred income annuity. You cannot charge a fee on a qualified longevity annuity contract. You should never charge a fee on an income rider, and some people do. For lifetime income, those are contractual guaranteed transfer of risk for as long as you are breathing. You do not charge fees on that. That's the reason that's not being recommended, because those assets then are taken out of what they're charging a fee on. The other thing, and this nothing against, the masters of the universe that are managing money. When you're in that world, you believe that you know. You believe that you can do it. You believe that you are the man. You believe that you are the master of the universe. You have to believe it to go into it and to do it. And historically, there's arguments for it. Historically, great returns in the stock market. Great returns. I have nothing against that. And you should keep some of the markets if that's what you want to do. But when you get close to chapter 2 and retirement and pivoting and going and doing your thing and taking care of yourself and taking risk off the table, to me, that's when you need to pivot away, fork in the road moment from the 4% rule and put that lifetime income guaranteed floor, that income floor in place to combine with the income you're getting from the other annuity that you own, which is Social Security, which is the best inflation annuity on the planet. And if your employer has provided you a pension, that's the second annuity that you have for lifetime income. Do not depend on the 4% rule. Here's another reason why. If you have the income floor in place contractually with lifetime income annuities, there's 4 different types: immediate annuities, deferred income annuities, qualified longevity annuity contract, income riders, and not just one annuity. I hate all annuities, Stan. And we can set it up so that 100% of any unused money goes to your beneficiaries, not the annuity company, so the annuity company not going to keep the money. I hate it when people say that, when people say, well, I'd never buy an annuity because the annuity company keeps the money. It's one of 40 ways to structure it, Chester, okay? We're going to structure it so that that money that you worked hard for is not going to go poof, okay? It's going to go to your beneficiaries. But what I was going to say, and this is very important, if you put that income floor in place contractually, that you know is going to be there, you know it's going to happen, it has nothing to do with the markets, guess what? You will be a better investor because you don't have to disrupt the investments to take the 4% out in a down year. Makes sense? It should make sense because it does make sense, period. So put the contractual guaranteed floor in place and then go invest the money. You'll be a better investor. Trust me. Trust me on that. Think about it. And when you need the income floor, look at what you need. And you can do a reverse engineer quote on my site at theannuityman.com using our calculators to use as little amount of money as possible contractually to solve for that goal. And if there's inflation in the future, you need to fill in another gap, you go in and do it again. You do a reverse engineer quote to solve for that specific dollar amount. So let me declare right now, as Stan the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed in all 50 states, with the backing of Wade Fowle, smart guy in the room, the 4% rule is officially dead. The 4% rule is done. The 4% rule needs to be buried. The 4% rule needs to be replaced by contractual guaranteed lifetime income using annuity transfer risk strategies with A+ rated carriers or better for lifetime income. And if that happens, and it will happen, because I'm going to pound the table out here to make sure it happens, you'll be a better investor. All right? Boy, I got going, didn't I? Yeah, and the caffeine's wearing off. So, think about if I was really rolling on caffeine. It was like, it's all good. My name's Stan the Annuity Man. This is the Stan the Annuity Man YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.